Hi there, my name is Cupicate, and welcome back to WolfQuest War is Coming with Stigandr and his mate Shiva. So last time we lost Micah, the second pup to be lost in this litter. I'm gonna be honest, I thought we would not have any pups by now. I think the only reason that there are any pups left in this litter at all is because Stigandr's pretty much an absentee father at this point. He is more concerned with getting more wolves into his pack, his army that he's building, and spreading his territory as far as he can get. But the last couple of days, he's been almost distracted by a couple of wolves that he has found, a small pack, huddled in the woodland together, and strangely, two very much adult females and an adult male. And so with this news, this small pack, he's thinking it might be very easy to get them, but something slithering around in his mind is telling him that these wolves are important to his cause. And so he's been very interested in finding them. Unfortunately, however, after the loss of Micah, Shiva is very upset. The pups are upset. Their affinity is non-existent. Seeing their brother lost so easily has kind of derailed the family unit. Not that there was much of one anyway as far as Stigandr's involved, but they're very upset. Stigandr can sense this, knowing that it is important for morale to be there, for there to be an army at all. This includes in his family. He is actually going to try and make an effort today. He's going to howl with his pups, teach them confidence as usual, and maybe even have a chance of small play to get them back into spirits, even though they just lost their brother. Right now, Shiva is being very diligent, making sure the pups don't stray too far. This is all coming from her fear of how Micah was lost and her other daughter. She's also making sure to watch the edges of the territory, howling every so once in a while to essentially state, "We're here, don't come near us." It's working for a bit. Now the pups, even though their affinity has gone up a little bit, they're very hungry. I think some food might actually help a little bit with this affinity. So Stigandr's gonna go look for food. He isn't very good at being the family man. He's not good at socializing. He's barely good at being a father, to be honest. So he's gonna focus on getting them some food, but not until he has slept. After a little bit of sleep has been had, Stigandr gets up and without even a goodbye, he runs off to go look for food. Last night, he had a dream of the white snake that haunts him, coming back to him finally after so many days of silence, mentioning the wolves in the forest, the red one. No name was given. All the snake had to say was, "Find the red one. Talk to the red one." And we all know who that is. But I wonder what the snake has in store. That was very lucky. I happened to run across a grass patch that had an elk calf in it. The only unlucky part was that the mother found out before Stigandr did, and then he realized, why is she running towards me? Oh, I see. He's grabbed the baby, and the baby is now passed, but the elk mother is defending the corpse. But it's pretty easy to get her to chase. And we are right next to the den. That was extremely lucky. Not only have I rolled an easy day for Stigandr, but food right there. Wasn't even hard. Stigandr delivers this beautiful meal for the pups, and they are full of love and appreciation. But Shiva takes it. Was she hungry? You weren't even that hungry! Shiva, you just legit just took food. They didn't even get a bite. Okay, well, at least she's sharing. Wow, I imagine Stygander's really irritated about that, but I could see Shiva just looking at him really smug. She's kind of irritated with him, with the loss of pups, knowing that this stubbornness he holds with having the pups watch the predators and how he fights them off is not the way things are normally done. And so she looks at him smugly, like, go get me more. It's kind of a challenge. And I wonder how that will affect their relationship. Oh yes, another easy meal, I see. Finally, I got them to run. Oh my goodness, that was ridiculous. Chasing them around in circles forever. Ooh, I think Stygander's got this. The key is once you get them to run, you just have to wait until the mother passes. Once the mother passes, you are clear, because it takes her a minute to get pulled around. So that's the best tip I can give if you're trying to hunt a moose calf, is to do it that way. Wow, 2 easy meals delivered so close to home. I don't even think he had to leave the hex he was in. So Bovar is absolutely blessing Stygander, trying to push him into listen to me. And even though he doesn't really have a name for Bovar, he doesn't really even know who Bovar is, or even if he heard it in passing, he wouldn't put the snake and Bovar together. And after all, is it the goddess, or is it just him? Is it some sort of post-traumatic stress syndrome creation in his mind, this snake? What is it that is haunting him truly? But these messages are very clear in what he should do. And he's thinking about this while he's hunting for his pups, thinking, I need to be somewhere. I need to find this red wolf. I need to get her alone and to talk to me. But his pups grow hungry and Shiva is irritable. And even though this angers him to a point of wanting to lash out to her, he chooses not to, because Shiva is still his mate. And she has a lot of power over him, being that mate, being the mother of his children. He doesn't like it, but he does respect it. Hello, Calder. Are you going to help me tell my story today? Yeah? Okay. You're very sweet. Cleo? Cleo? Just because you're full doesn't mean you get to leave. You're lucky your father actually cares right now. Now, we haven't done a weight check in a little bit. We are 7 down to 5. Very, very sad that we've lost any pups. As my usual playthroughs, I don't like to lose any. We have Azula, who is now the oldest since her sister had passed. She is already 15.2 pounds. Cleo, the next daughter, is 14.9. Quill, the next daughter, is 14.9. Adder is 15.1, and Nylanir is 14.6. So we're really just waiting on the 2 girls, Cleo and Quill, and the 1 son, Nylanir, to get up to 15 pounds, and then they can move to the summer rendezvous site. And poor Stygander is so irritated right now. He is tired. He's done all the hunting. His belly is empty. Shiva is full. The pups are full. And Shiva can't get that smug smirk off of her face, seeing Stygander having to actually work for something for their family beyond his own personal goals. This relationship is extremely toxic, these two, taking advantage of each other, manipulating each other. It's sad to see, but this is what they have become. Because Stygander's evil goals set a precedent between all of them, that now they're all doing evil deeds, even amongst each other. It is night the next day, and Stygander has resorted to hunting rabbits to fill his belly. The territory has faltered. The rebellion against him is going strong because he has had to take care of his family over being present as the leader of this army. And so now he has to tread carefully wherever he goes as these rebellious wolves are all around him. He howls to continue to strengthen his territory, and he will do more of that today as he walks around. But he has a place that he wants to go. A place that is pulling him towards it. A place that the snake has shown him in visions and dreams. A wooden structure left high on the hilltop in Lost River. But Stigandr is also very hungry. He is all the way down to 62% food. He needs to fill his belly, and his pups are so close to needing to go to the rendezvous site. This is his last chance before he needs to be present for a move. Nice! I happened to catch a deer that was pretty slow. Hopefully Stigandr can take this down with the blessing of Bovar. Deer are a little bit easier than elk. Nice, and he can have this all to himself to fill up. Stigandr looks out into the valley, looking at the remains of humans. He sees the wooden structures in the distance and he shakes his head. No, that's not it. That's not what I was shown. He sees the lighter colored trees in the distance, the trees that were planted by the humans, and he shakes his head. That's not it. What I'm looking for stands upon a hill. His eyes rest on the road that leads up into the taller hills that tower over the old city. And his heart feels a tug. That is where he's supposed to go. That is where the snake wants him to go. How is that possible? I just ran past a grass patch and then I saw the red bite mark. What an unfortunate doe. Stigandr trots in. He can smell the lucky pack here, the rebellious ones. He strengthens what he can. But the lucky pack is certainly fighting over this particular spot for some reason. He's bringing up his kill, following the tug in his heart and the hissing in his ear. The storm is raging now. An omen to Stigandr or for Stigandr, he doesn't know. The storms never bothered him. In fact, they make him feel powerful. He's here, and this is where he feels as though he's supposed to be, and yet he feels some sort of force that frightens him deeply. He can't really understand what it is, but something almost too powerful, and yet nothing is here. There's no other wolf, there's no bear, there's no other powerful creature that he could think of, no cougar. Humans are not here. He doesn't smell the humans. He knows what human smells like. But something is emanating from the bottom of this tower, and he can't even bring himself to go up the stairway because it's pushing him. His very spirit is being pushed. So he decides to create some distance and wait behind this rock for something to happen. Stigandr awakens, falling asleep from the sounds of the storms actually bring him comfort. However, the sound of paw pads rustling through the grass awakens him, and he sees the red female. She's trotting about. He can't quite figure out what she's doing, and he's too afraid to reveal himself just yet. He was hoping that that force, that power, was possibly the lightning from the storm, but he still feels it. almost like a force field of some type. He can't explain what it is. Almost like something is spiritually guarding it. Stigandr watches the red female as she moves about the hillside. She never gets too close to this side of the hill. But when she disappears on the other side of the wooden tower, he does feel brave enough to go and see where has she gone. And then that's when he sees her running off into the distance, something dangling from her mouth. He realizes that she was likely looking for food for the pups that he saw with her the other day. Pups that must be hers. And she looks back. Their eyes meet briefly. And Stigandr is frozen. He isn't sure if this is the time to approach her, and he hopes that maybe she might come back and approach him, but instead she turns and races away. His chance to talk to her for now is lost. His chest bubbles with rage. He missed her. He should have just come after her. Why didn't he just go after her? And as this is boiling in his chest and flaming in his mind, he hears a booming female voice, "Be gone. Be gone from here." It scares him. It rattles him out of everything he was doing. He almost forgets about his prey that he left. He looks back to the tower and he hears it again. "Be gone, spirit of darkness, be gone." And Stigandr realizes he's never felt fear like this before. He felt fear for his very life hearing those words. He's seen his siblings ripped apart. He's watched his sibling die of sickness. He watched his father shrivel up to nothing and nearly die from starvation. He himself has starved. He has fought wolves off that he shouldn't have been able to win a fight against and felt nothing but rage. But this was the first time he genuinely felt like he was in danger. And he doesn't know what to do. The hissing in his ears have fallen silent. All he can feel is the pounding in his chest that's ringing in his ears. What was that? What does that even mean? There was no wolf. There were no humans. He understood what was speaking to him. There was no other creature there. And yet the voice he heard sounded like it was coming from his very head itself. But he can't explain it. So instead, he'll race back to his family and ponder what's happened, what that means. And as he arrives back to the den, he sees that his pups and his mate are ready to move. Shiva is waiting for Stigandr to lead the way, and she almost seems happy to see him. Perhaps she has found it in her heart to forgive him. He's brought more food for the pups and for her. The pups are looking healthy and vibrant. But we'll have to wait until the next episode to see where they move to. Well, y'all, I hope you liked this episode. I would love to hear your theories down in the comments below, but definitely while you're down there, don't forget to tickle and poke that like button, subscribe to join our family if you haven't already, and jingle the bell so you're notified of when I post WolfQuest videos. Also, feel free to join our Discord to come and hang out. Now that it is summer, we have more time, so let's do some fun stuff in Discord. I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next week for more of War is Coming with Stigandr. Bye!